it's Melissa. In this video, I am going to show you step by step how to install Air Assist on your XTool M1. So this is really beneficial. So if you are getting scorching on your laser cuts, then you might want to consider Air Assist. It definitely is worth it. I would highly suggest it. Just as an example, here is with Air Assist and here is without Air Assist. So if I show you on the actual board, you can see the difference there as well. With Air Assist, without Air Assist, and you can see there's the scorching here. So this is a one-time install add-on. So you're gonna purchase the Air Assist kit. You can use it either with or without the riser, which I actually have on here, but I'm gonna install that actually second. So I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to install Air Assist. Now, it is a couple of steps. It does seem like, I kind of wish this came with the machine and already installed, but don't worry, we're gonna go through it together. If I can do this, you can too. All right, ready? Let's go.
All right, so the first step in assembling or installing the Air Assist is to take this bottom tray out. Okay, so we're gonna remove the triangular prisms that we have down here, and we have there's a series of screws that need to be removed. So there's one on each side, and then there's a couple in the far front. It's very difficult to see from the angle that you're at, but the screwdriver that comes with the machine, not the Air Assist, is what you are going to use to remove these screws. So to remove there's like 5 or 6 of them. And be very careful that you do not lose them. You may find it easier to actually shine a light down in here because it's pretty, everything is black, so it's kind of hard to see. And you want to make sure that your machine is powered off while you're doing this, of course, just for safety. Actually, there's no reason for it to be on, so there are 5 of those screws. Now, there's a instruction guide that comes with the Air Assist that you're going to follow, and of course you can follow this video as well to help with the visual. So you've got 5 screws that you are going to remove. Keep those in a safe spot. And then what we need to do is we need to lift this piece out. Now, in order to do that, we actually, well, you might be able carefully lift this like this. Okay, so you actually, if you need to, you can actually flip your M1 to the side and then pull the this base piece out that way, or you can see how I was able to do it. It's very easy. So now that I have it up here, I'm going to just show you. There's a screw hole here, and then these 3 down here, which obviously are basically underneath this white part at the bottom, and then 1 here. There are none along the back or the sides there. So just keep this base piece nearby. And now what we are going to do is we actually need to flip the laser engraver over, the M1 completely over, because we need access to the underside of the laser. Okay, before you flip the machine over, you want to close the lid, and then you want to detach any cords along with the power, or along with the hose that's clamped onto the back. So you don't want anything attached to the machine when you go to flip it over. So let's go ahead and we will remove the power cord, we will remove the USB, and then the hose here, exhaust hose here, is just clamped on. That's easy to remove that with this little clamp here. You're just going to push the clamp together, and that will loosen the grip. And now you will have the ability to carefully flip over your machine so that the top cover is resting on the bottom. Okay, so now we need to move the carriage here so that it's in the middle, in both vertically and here. This is going to give us easy access so we can work. Now, there are 2 more screws that need to be removed. You're going to use that same screwdriver. These screws are smaller, however. There's 1 here and 1 here. So be very careful and remove those screws as well. Okay, then you're going to take this piece off. and you're gonna take the cutting blade out. We don't need that, so take that out. Okay, the next thing that you are going to do is get the tweezers that were included with the Air Assist, and we need to remove this piece right here. The next thing that we're going to do is remove this little gold ring. Now, it's probably very, very difficult to see. I'll see if I can get you a closer up shot, but there are two small holes in here that each side of these tweezers that came with the Air Assist are going to lock into and then turn. Now, after you remove that little gold piece, down inside is a small lens. You want to just make sure that the lens has not been moved out of position at all. Once you ensure that, you are going to grab the lens mount that came with the Air Assist and twist it into this spot. So this is the piece that you need. Two of them actually came with your Air Assist. So you just need one for right now. Okay, so you want to place this on here, and then we're going to twist it, and we want to make sure that these two handles end up parallel. So this is not correct. We need it to rotate a little bit more. So if yours does not finish right here, and also, by the way, it needs to be parallel but also tight. So even though this is parallel, you can see it's too loose. So I'm going to remove it completely and then start again. After repeatedly trying to get this parallel and not being able to, no matter what position I started this with, I went to Google. And Google led me back to the XTool troubleshooting website, which stated that as long as it's within 30 degrees, it's okay. It actually suggested to also place the little mount right on it and use that to gain leverage, but it still will not completely turn straight. So I did actually try the spare that came with it. That was actually even worse, with it being almost perpendicular. So I am going to leave it like this. So basically you just need this hose part where the hose is going to go extended towards the back, and that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to leave that there. And then this is magnetic, so you can actually use this to help you. Just make sure that you don't have it facing, this way. Once it's completely tightened, it does need to be facing towards the back. Okay? Now you're going to grab your tubing, into the hose mount that we had here. It's going to kind of get stuck in there. Okay, so you can see I'm pulling on it, and it's not coming back. That's what you want. Put this inside and return the machine back over so it's right side up. At this point, we are going to get ready to mount the hose mount. So this is going to allow us to keep this hose hopefully as organized as possible. Okay, so you're going to put the small one here. You need about 2 fingers width from the side, 40 millimeters here. The smallest piece is going to go here. There's tape on the back of them, and then what you're going to do is put the one here, one of the longer ones here. This space is about the distance of this, okay, and then another tube control here, nothing along the front, and then the other one over here. Then you've got this piece that is supposed to hook onto the side. There's these 2 holes here, 2 circles here, and there are 2 holes on the side of this. This is a sticky piece, but the 2 holes are going to snap in to the holes on the side of the carriage, and then the sticky will continue to hold the rest of that. Okay, now you've got this tubing inside. So what do you do now? So the first thing is, this tubing is going to loop through on the side here to guide it so that it's not getting stuck underneath the laser or the blade. All right, so we're going to loop that through there pretty tautly. This tubing is not going to be used on these right now. Okay, you're going to push it through that side piece. Okay, see it there. You're going to push it through the piece on the right, and then the piece on the back here. It can kind of snap down. It's going to come around the corner, and it's going to go on this piece, and then this is going to go when you're on the side, basically where the power button is on the front. This is going to then go out so that it can connect to the little air compressor. to set up the air compressor, you need these two pieces, and then you need this. Okay, so on the back of the air compressor, you've got the power cord here. Here's like the back or front, I don't know. I can't tell exactly how this thing is positioned. But it has this part that pokes out. The plastic tubing piece goes on there, okay? So make that flush. And then this piece with the blue on it is going to fit inside of that, all right? And then the tubing that you brought from the XTool is going to connect into that. Yeah, so this is how you want this to be set up. So you've got plastic tubing, the little piece extension with the blue, and then the cord from the XTool underneath and directly into here, okay? And then this has its own power to it. Now, what you want to do before you do anything else is make sure that this can move to all sides. Now you can see it can't really fully move over here. So I need to have a little bit more give. Okay, so I'm going to kind of reconfigure this a little bit just to make sure, okay? It can go all the way in all of the positions. All the way to the, see how it didn't stay there? So I need a little bit more, okay? Reconnect that. The tube is plenty long. You just have to find the correct position so that it works for you. You want to test it in all four corners. What you don't want is there to be tension on the cord and then you're not able to cut or engrave in the right spot. Okay, so that seems about right, like this. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Okay. So now it's able to go fully across when we're all the way forward. It can go, I might need a little bit more here actually. So you obviously want to do this before you start with material in there, engraving or cutting, because, and once you get it set up, I will admit that the setup of this is, it's a shame it doesn't come pre-assembled because it's kind of, all right. Okay, that should be pretty good. All right, and then you have your power cord over here. So this will connect into power. This will control turning on and off.
All right, now if you are also going to install the honeycomb tray and riser, which come together, not with air assist, but the honeycomb riser and the honeycomb tray and the riser, those two come together. So if you're going to install them, I would highly suggest you do that at the same time, because you will not want to put that panel back in the bottom tray back in your M1 if after installing the air assist, if you are also going to install the riser. So check that video out next in the series, and once your machine is completely set up, you will be ready to go. I will just point out, you don't have to use air assist and the riser or honeycomb tray together. You also don't have to use either. These are optional add-ons, but the air assist specifically is one that I would definitely highly suggest. So you want to grab an air assist, you can, there's a link below in the description. You can also, if you haven't yet purchased your M1, you can also use that. You can also get it together as a bundle, and I have links below for that as well to my recommended bundles. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos, so many little tips here. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, make sure you hit subscribe and check out the rest of my channel. Everything here to help you with your craft, hobby, and small business. All right, guys, see you soon.